Isa pa po, hingi lang po na reaction after po nung third hearing sa Senate nung PDEA leaks, so-called PDEA leaks. Meron mas lumakas po yung panawagan ng ibang senators na tigilan na yung investigation nila.
Senate hearings and congressional hearings are actually paid by taxpayers' money. Kaya kapag may mga investigasyon, ang importante ditong masagot ay, saan ba ito patutungo? Ano ba ang magiging benepisyo ng taong bayan? Ano ba yung mga batas na kailangang gawin or mga batas na kailangang baguhin para matagunan at hindi maulit yung mga problema ang nakikita? Apparently, in the Senate investigation on PDEA leaks, what we are seeing is a confused narrative. Kasi nga nagtuturuan na ay hindi, nagsisinungaling yan, ay hindi, palaging ano yan, storytelling, liar, may mga ganong accusations. Now, where will this bring us? I believe the best thing that can be done as a legislator also is for the committee to go back, maybe 3 or 4 steps backward, gather all the evidences, decipher whether totoo ba yan o hindi. Because if you put alleged witnesses or whistleblowers in the limelight and gave them, meron kasing iba, gustong-gusto nila yan pag may media attention. Ngayon, pag nilagay mo sila doon at pinasalita mo ng pinasalita, sometimes others can tell the truth, pero yung iba kasi, they have to prove something at medyo nawiwindang na. And at the end of the day, sino ang kawawa dito? Yung mga taong bayang nako-confuse. Kasi it's human nature to be a little bit marites eh. But at the end of the day, yung marites ba na yun ay mamagandang maitudulot, lalo na't kung hindi totoo. Now, will that lead to instability of the country? Because people will be getting confused. And leaders are being accused. Paano naman yung mga, kasi ako naranasan ko yan na may mga magte-testify na kunyari expert, tas hindi naman expert. Yung ibang mga totoong experts ay hindi nabibigyan ng panahon na magsalita. But at the end of the day, it's actually ruining our country. It's okay to do investigations, pero dapat yung mga impormasyon na nilalatag ay totoo, nakitaan ng ebidensya, at talagang may direksyon. Because at the end of the day, we are wasting taxpayers' money. If there are really concrete allegations and proof, let's investigate. But if it's just an investigation so that people will talk about things, medyo mahirap rin yan. Kaya yun nga yung isa, there should be accountability of fake experts and fake witnesses. Maraming salamat.
I agree, no? Tama yung sinasabi ni Congresswoman Garin, na careful din tayo dapat. In fact, some senators have also cautioned the members of the committee na to proceed carefully. Kasi nga, when somebody testifies and claims this or that, ang impact niyan sa reputation of the person na being accused of something is damage na agad di ba? So we have to be careful on who we invite as witnesses and should we call them again in the succeeding hearings. Because what happened, as I saw some of the portions dun sa hearing na yun, di ba somebody made up this story and actually admitted na ginawa ko lang yun so that I can be in this committee hearing, which actually happened. So di ba, some are saying na it's now becoming a circus, yung committee hearing na yun. Tama yung sinabi ni Congresswoman Garin din. Anong direction? What do you want to achieve? Now, if you're running a circus, you will naturally invite the clowns in. So that's what we want to avoid. Diba? Sayang lang na hindi mo na kasi mabawi yung damage that you will do to the person once you testify na this or that. And it's based pala on something, some unnamed informant, based on an unverified claim, and no follow-up investigation was ever made. Diba? Yet, 3 hearings have already been spent on it. 1 more coming up daw, sabi nila. So, while it is not our place to tell them what to do, no? Pero sa akin lang, it's like, just like the House din, we should always be very careful in siguro selecting who we invite as so-called witnesses.
Initial comment po siguro, like we've always said before, generally we don't want to comment po no, on the proceedings of Senate as respect. But it can't be helped po, no? Napakalaking issue po yung nangyayari doon. And we could see it. I think hindi na, don't take our word for it. Hindi na po kami siguro. I won't present this as comment namin. Pero tingnan po yung mga comment ng mga kapwa senador po nila. This is on the third hearing already. As early as the first, I think, or second hearing, may mga senador na who would take part of the committee only to say na parang wala, this is not going anywhere. Senate President Zubiri made a statement during the hearing, I think, the second hearing, nag-statement po siya sa, I guess, media forum rin nila sa Senate na urging caution kay Chairman Bato and his committee. It happened again during the third hearing. This time, si Senate President Zubiri nag-attend mismo ng hearing just to say that urging caution and urging proper use of their time. And I understand the respect siguro po. They have all due respect kay Chairman Bato so as not to interfere. After all, committee niya po ito. Pero you could see the sentiment po. This is not us talking. This is yung Senate po mismo. They are out there to, as Senate President Zubiri said, to protect the integrity of our Senate, your Senate. Siya na po mismo nagsasabi, parang in kinder terms po, no, na tama na po. Parang it seems to be going nowhere. We've had many senators who seem to express the same sentiment. Pumasok po doon dati si Senator Grace Poe, made that comment. Senator Escudero, Senator Jinggoy. You also have other senators who have attended and really po, I don't know kung saan po. Ako po mismo, di ko po rin po alam kung saan po papunta itong committee hearing. And in general po, with that, nakakadismaya because again, in comparison, we have a lot of pending bills. Kami po dito sa House, tapos na po sa LEDAC priority. We're waiting on our counterparts sa Senate. You can see po kung gaano ka-precious ang time sa Senado. As compared dito, we have 300 plus congressmen. Pag committee, in and out, we have the luxury na magbabad sa hearing buo. Pero nakita po natin sa PDEA leaks, labas-pasok ang mga senator. This is not because hindi silang tatrabaho, but because they have other committees po siguro, they have other engagements. Pero ito yung nakakapagtaka. Tapos na po yung LEDA priorities natin, sila hindi pa. Yet we have this third hearing going on fourth hearing na there are like 6 senators who are attending. Paano na po yung mga LEDA priorities natin doon? Are they currently being discussed? Or is it going to go anywhere? Paano na po yung economic reform po natin? Parang wala pang nangyayari. So I think that's why, this is a personal opinion now, siguro in the House, na nakakadismaya po yung nangyayari doon. It seems to be nag-aaksaya po ng oras. And if you look at the hearing, 3 hearings na po yan, nagkaroon lang ng clarity at the very last hour nung pumasok po yung discussion between Senator Escudero and Attorney De Valle ba yun? Attorney De Villa. When they had the discussion on yung PDEA leak na mismo, doon lang nagkaroon ng clarity. And I think then and there, natapos na po yung issue ng inquiry. Supposedly, tukol sa PDEA leaks ito. Yet, we still afford these supposed witnesses, whistleblowers, the opportunity na sinasakay na po tayo kung saan-saan man na kwento to papupunta. So, yun lang po, I think, is our comment here. As much as possible, we would urge siguro po yung Senate to, we've always been urging them to give priority dito sa LEDAC natin and sa economic revisions. All the more now in light of this hearing po na parang dead end na po. Yun na po.
Bulang po. Nagkaroon po ba ng...
Sorry if I believe Congressman Sansing would also like to...
Sorry, very, very quick comment lang po. Actually, I think several things that we've noticed. First is, magsisinadye na po next week. So we have a lot of priority measures that we have to pass before we go on break. So hopefully po, we resonate the calls of the other senators na sana ma-funnel po yung time instead of gearing it towards the third hearing or a fourth hearing, sana po mag-gear towards pushing for the priority measures. Siguro po, one thing that is a little bit concerning with regard to these hearings is merong narratives relating to the president. And that's perhaps something that we would like to, again, reiterate that whenever there are things relating to the president at nakikita po to in a national stage or even an international stage, it also affects the image of the country. So we would like to again reiterate our call to Senator Bato to please exercise caution in all of these hearings. And sana po, in the way these hearings are conducted, mag-follow po tayo ng rules or ng protocol kasi meron pong nangyari wherein one of the witnesses, I believe it was Morales, said something a little bit untoward towards Senator Jinggoy, so towards a member of the Senate. So in those cases, usually here in the House, if a witness starts exhibiting those sorts of behavior, sinasabihan siya na we will hold you in contempt or we can cite you in contempt. Pero I think in terms of the procedural way it was conducted, medyo hindi po yata, the witness was not told to back down. So siguro po, yun lang po siguro. I think that's where the senators are coming from as well in the way that the hearings are being conducted. So yun lang po, just a few thoughts as well on the matter.
If I can add a little to what my colleagues mentioned. Actually, it's not a matter of because the president is the one being alleged to or alluded to, whether that will be the president, whether it's a senator, it's a congressman, lalo't lalo na kapag pangkaraniwang tao. It's no difference eh. The issue here is not kung sino ang mga pinagsasabihan ng issue here. But the issue here is the code of conduct of a legislator. Kasi kami naman sa totoo lang, without the power of our people, we are nothing. Kung wala yung mandato ng tao sa amin, wala naman kami nung ganung power. So that power to legislate actually makes you the voice of your people. And proper conduct mandates that if you are the voice of your people, you have to be very careful na hindi magagamit yung boses na yon dun sa mga interest ng iba. Alam nyo, minsan marami ang pwedeng maging interest. Natural yan na merong mga gustong medyo magulo at masalimuot. There are just a minority of people who are happy if there is infighting. Pangalawa, it's a very prestigious body, that's Senate. So with due respect to Senator Bato na talagang inirerespeto naman natin, we cannot use the four corners of Senate and being a legislator to just put anything under the sun. With power comes responsibility. It's not because it's the president, meron mga artista na pinapangalanan. It's not the point eh. The point is, if this will not stop, this can be a precedent wherein anybody can be damaged just because merong nakapasok. Admittedly, in any organization, be it in the Philippines or abroad, meron talaga yung isang tao sa isang opisina na walang gagawin kundi mamuna, no, maghanap ng mali ng iba. And that happens in many offices. I've been to many offices in the executive and the legislative. Ganun talaga yun eh. Kasi ganun talaga yung tao. So there are offices na merong mga tao dyan na walang ibang gagawin, kundi maghanap ng mga diferensya, mag-report or magmarites sa ibang mga opisina. But the real workers will become victims to this. Kasi yung mga taga-ikot at taga-intriga, pag hindi mo i-validate yun, ang mga natatamaan ay yung totoong nagtatrabaho. So how can we now deliver to our people if we will have a system like this that unvalidated witnesses will be given the platform? Because, I mean, as a doctor, merong iba dyan na sa psychology nila, let me have that 2 cents worth of getting the limelight. Mapupunta ka sa media, titingnan ka ng lahat. Yung iba niyan, baka nga medyo na bola, mga ganong bagay, no? I mean, pwedeng hindi ito nangyari, but as we are seeing the investigation, it's unfolding that there is no proper vetting of who will be given that microphone. Yes, the precious time of Senate is being dragged kasi nga maraming ang kailangang ipasa. Pero hindi lang yun eh. Andun yung power na binigay sa atin na temporary, na dapat nating pangalagaan, na hindi natin pwedeng gamitin para siraan yung iba unless there is really a clear basis. Again, with our power comes responsibility. With that responsibility is to make sure that the voice of the people at the legislative power will not be used by some interested parties. It's not about the president. It's not about actors or actresses and prominent people. Paano na yung iba? Na kung walang-walang laban, kaya lang hindi sila makalapit sa isang senador at may lumapit doon at nanira ng ibang tao that will push them down to mental jeopardy. So we as legislators should be responsible to filter real, accurate witnesses.
Habol ko lang po, do you think po na put in question yung leadership ng Senate on how they handle yung PDEA leaks investigation?
On my part, hindi naman siguro because Senator Miggs is coming out, no, as I've heard from our colleagues. But I believe this is the best opportunity for the Senate leadership to come out in the open and call a spade and put order within the Senate.
We acknowledge the presence of House Committee on Women and Gender Equality Chairperson and Bataan 1st District Representative Geraldine P. Roman. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone.
Dun sa leadership na, well, Senate President Miggs has several times made a comment na about being cautious about it now. But at the same time, he said that he also respects the committee system of the Senate. So I don't think it's really an issue on leadership, but rather siguro intent or purpose of the continued hearings on the PDEA leaks. I think that's where we should question. Kung ano ba talaga ang gusto nilang maabot.
May I add? Yes.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
We recognize the independence of the legislative branch of government. We are co-equal with the executive. And we do not question the prerogative of the Senate if they want to conduct an investigative inquiry, no? But let us be reminded that these acts, these investigations have a sole purpose of trying to improve legislation. So as my colleague said, what is the point? What is their real intention? You know, when I view things, how they are conducting this inquiry, and I look back at the past administration, I can't help but wonder, what is the real intent of Senator Bato de la Rosa? I would like to think that he would like to improve in legislation, no? But I've also asked myself, you know, it's inevitable, it's in the mind of everyone. Kung itong investigasyon na to ay nangyayari sa nakarang administrasyon, ano kaya nangyayari ngayon? Ano? Parang merong kakulangan ng paggalang sa pagkatao ng ating Pangulo. Pati ngayon kino-question, malinaw naman lumalabas sa press na negative siya. Bakit natin pinagpipilitan? So, nananawagan ako sa aking kaibigan, Senator Bato de la Rosa. Maybe you should focus your energy on more productive and matters that really concern our citizens in the country. Katulad nga mamaya, siguro mapag-uusapan din natin yung ating rice tarification law, yung anti-discrimination bill based on sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, and so many, many other legislative measures that are more pressing and more urgent, no? So, para sa akin, it's a waste of time, really.